welcome everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you very much for joining me. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm getting pulled to this deck, so this is where we're gonna start for your reading. I didn't feel like the letters and the numbers were right for today. I don't think we're gonna use them at all for any of the reads. I think we'll just get going with the oracle cards and then the tarot decks to clarify the crossing. Initiation. I wonder what this is all about. I gotta tell you, I'm getting a real deep vibe from the other side of the veil with this card. Like perhaps somebody stepping forward, perhaps somebody crossing over, or somebody that you've lost. Root girl that disowns self. Somebody might be dealing with grief from a loss here. We got whale song resonating. Okay, I'm gonna tell you too, if this is spirit stepping forward for your read, this person, even though they might have crossed over to the other side of the veil, I do feel like they're actually trying to talk to you. So I don't know if you're getting signs, if you're getting dreams, if you're having birds come to you, but you would be getting some sort of messages from whoever this person is. Winter's dream gestation period. It's funny because I actually feel like this card belongs to them. I feel like this crossover is more recent, and I feel like they're still getting adjusted on the other side to what that holds for them and sort of figuring out their place on that side of things. We do have vanishing mirror too. I also feel like it was very sudden. Whatever this was, whoever passed, it was sudden. I'm being told the word unexpected. So I'm not sure if it was an illness. I'm not sure if it was an accident. How they passed. We're gonna grab some more cards, because I do feel like they're trying to reach out to someone. Dream thief. So at the bottom of the card it says refusal of the call. I do feel like somebody is very much grieving a loss to the point where they can't hear that person trying to talk to them. So it's like that person is trying to come forward in their dreams. They're trying to come forward and bring them a message and tell them that they're okay on the other side. There's winter dream gestation period. It's not a negative thing, the adjustment once somebody crosses over, but it does take time for them to get used to it. I feel a lot of peace and calm that comes from this card too. So I don't know what they experienced while they were alive. Like I said, I feel like the death was sudden and unexpected, but it might have been very traumatic. But I do feel like this person has most definitely found peace and calm now that they are on the other side. But somebody is very much in the loss. Somebody is very much in their grief. I'm really struggling with coming to terms with it. The covenant. I also feel like whoever has crossed over will be watching the person that this read is for. They will be watching over this person for the rest of that person's living life as well. I can feel that in this covenant, this sacred contract. They're like, I am now your guardian angel. I will try and guide you. I will do my best to protect you. I will be with you on your journey in the physical world. And I'm also being told the word waiting. So they will be waiting for the other person when their time comes to pass to meet up with them again on the other side of the veil. In the hand, first breath. Oh, interesting. I'm going to tell you too, I do get a vibe that there may be a pregnancy in this person's life who's still alive, or a new child. In the hand, first breath. Because I feel like whoever this person is who's crossed over is going to be watching over that child too. And I feel like it's very, very new. That's why I said it might be a pregnancy too. This would not be like an older child and a teenager, an adult child. This is either a child that has not been born yet, or one that has been just born. But I do feel like whoever has crossed over will be watching very closely over this child too. Will be like a guardian angel. Like a guardian angel. We're going to grab a few more. Dust Devil. Eye of the Needle, Moon Maiden. So these cards, especially the Me Talks, is a message from Spirit coming forward to this person who's grieving to look after themselves. To make sure that they are taking time to do what they need to do to keep themselves healthy. Because they might have, that grief is really heavy when you lose somebody close to you. And sometimes we don't sleep well, sometimes we don't eat well. And this might be what this person is going through. But Spirit wants this person to look after themselves. They want this person to be able to take that time. And I keep seeing that getting focused. I don't know if this person is actually pregnant too and maybe doesn't know it. And Spirit's like, you need to be healthy. You need to look after yourself because now you're growing another person. I also see in this Eye of the Needle intentionality is like being focused on this new life. And sort of allowing that to be like a motivation to keep going, allowing that to be inspiration for healing and moving on and moving forward. The Dust Devil, even this is like, it's like moving out of stagnation. I don't feel like this is really stagnation, but I feel like this grief is really heavy and somebody's having trouble sort of moving through it. And I just keep feeling in the call to keep moving through it, to look after yourself, to be healthy. There is this other life here who's going to need you to be healthy for them, to keep them healthy as well. And this person who's crossed over, even though they're not in the physical realm, they are still looking out for you. They absolutely are. They are like a guardian angel. They'll be looking out for you. They'll be looking out for the new life that comes into the world. And that's our last card for these ones. Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is interconnected. Like I just finished saying, even though this person has crossed over into sort of a different realm, they're still around. Even though you can't see them, they're still around. And I feel like they've been trying to deliver this message to you in dreams. I don't know if you've been like dreaming about babies too, or things that have to do with babies or being pregnant or whatever. This is Spirit coming to you too, and trying to tell you that this is happening, this is a part of your life, that they're going to be looking out for you, they're going to be looking out for the baby. So pay attention to your dreams, allow them to come in. Don't allow your grief to hold everything out. We're going to grab these guys. These are the ones that want to come forward for the rest of your read. So we'll see what else Spirit has to say here, because I feel like that's who's driving this read today. The Six of Pentacles. It's that even give and take. It's that generosity. I see in the Six of Pentacles, that figure is Spirit. That figure is Spirit trying to protect, trying to look after you, trying to guide you, trying to give you that spiritual, keep saying protection and guidance, but it's all those beautiful things from that other side. That other side has to offer without you actually having to cross over. That person's using whatever powers and abilities that they have once they've crossed the veil to be able to benefit you. That's their focus, you and this little one, the Hierophant. Even in the Hierophant, I see guidance. I also see a higher learning. So I'm getting pulled back to Eyes of the Eagle. And this person does have a higher view after crossing over. It's like being able to see things that we can't. I don't know if it has to do with the future and future events that are coming into your life. But I keep seeing this having a fresh perspective, having a deeper perspective, being able to see things in a way that the rest of us can't. The Nine of Pentacles, this is what they want for you. They want you to be happy. They want you to be abundant. They want you to have that self-confidence. They want you to look after yourself. The Queen of Wands. Now we have the Nine of Swords. In that Queen of Wands, a lot of times she's someone who's ambitious. She's somebody who's driven, who's passionate. She's got this leadership skills. I feel a lot of really heavy emotion with her. I'm being pulled back to the Disowned Self card. Or the Root Girl. It's like the grief. All the heavy emotions that come with the grief. That Nine of Swords, because it's sitting right next to the Nine of Swords. I feel like this is more where you're at right now. This is that anxiety. The anxiety being overwhelming. The sadness being overwhelming at times. There's a little, I know you can't see it from there, there's a little owl sitting in the window who she can't see through the swords. Owls are messengers. They are messengers. They also represent wisdom. So she is having trouble seeing that and communicating with Spirit, and Spirit communicating with her because of these swords in the way. These swords are all of those emotions, all of those thoughts, all of the things that are keeping her from hearing the message that I could feel right in those first cards that we pulled. The Spirit is trying to deliver to this person. We have the Justice card. Five of Pentacles. Grab a few more here. So you might be going through a rough time financially too. Keep feeling like there's something else involved here. The King of Swords is tied to the Justice card. It's tied to the Tower card. This has something to do with court and some sort of a court case that has not been decided yet. It does speak to, I think, money in some way, shape, or form. Or it opens the door to be able to then pursue a case that would bring you money. The Two of Swords tells me, like I said, it has not been decided yet. This has not come to fruition yet. This might be part of your Nine of Swords, part of your anxieties, part of all of the emotions that you're going through right now. Is not just dealing with the loss, but dealing with this as well. I get a good vibe off of the King of Swords. I do feel like he is speaking to the judge in whoever this case is. I get the vibe of fairness. A fairness of being able to look at facts and being able to see a truth. The World card, the Hermit, the Eight of Swords. I'm going to grab a few more, but I do feel like that Hermit card is speaking to whoever's crossed over. Because I can see somebody who is somewhere where they have a different perspective, where they can look at things in a way that we can't. Kind of like that Hierophant there, that higher learning, that different wisdom. I can feel it in the Hermit card too. I also have this feeling of, I don't really want to say like being alone, but it's different when they cross over. You know, here we're all around people, we're all around. I feel like they do cross into different energies too, but this person has, then I don't want to say that they've severed themselves from interacting with other energies on the other side, but their focus is you right now. So that's where they've set their focus. That's where they're spending their time. That's where they're spending their energy. They're spending it looking after you, trying to protect you, trying to guide you, trying to communicate with you too. The Eight of Swords. I'm going to pull one more. The Seven of Wands. Okay, Seven of Wands, Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands are speaking to the emotions that are going on with you right now. And really being able, I don't want to say like take back control and like sever ties and things like that, because grief is something that has to be felt. You can't just put it away. You can't just lock it in a box and pretend it doesn't exist. You have to allow yourself to feel it. But the big message that I'm being told from Spirit is to not stay in it. To not stay in it. Allow yourself to have those emotions. Allow yourself to have those feelings. But don't stop looking forward for a future. Don't stop moving in a forward direction. Be able to keep finding that inspiration and that drive to move forward. And I do feel like there's another little life that is going to help you in that. And because I keep feeling like that's where your focus, that's where Spirit wants your focus to lie, in family. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And you are somebody who is extremely nurturing. You're somebody who is generous. You're somebody who is kind. And I keep getting this vibe. I get pulled back to that Two of Swords. Whatever that is that plays out that court thing, I do feel like it may help your financial situation. I don't think like, I don't get this vibe that like 10 of Pentacles is going to make you rich, you know? But I feel like it is going to help to contribute to what you've been going through. It's going to help to improve things some. The World card. I keep getting to like your world is what you make of it. And I do feel like, again, that goes to allowing yourself to have the grief, but not allowing the grief to stop you from moving in a forward way. And that you can still have a happy and fulfilling future. And this person hasn't just left. They're not completely gone. They are still around you. And they, like I said, they made that contract and that promise to stay with you for the rest of your living life. They are going to wait for you until it's your time to cross over. And they will be meeting you on the other side. They're also going to be watching after this child. The Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Lovers, Star card. I'm going to tell you too, they won't want you to hold back from making connections with others. I'm not just talking like romance here. I know the Lovers card came out, but it has to do with choices in relationships. They don't want you to isolate yourself during this time. They don't want you to do that. They want you to still find value in relationships with others. Those caring connections. This might just be family, friends, this little one when it comes along. And this is going to help. This is going to help with your grieving process as well, because you won't feel so alone. It'll help to lessen the burden. The Queen of Swords. And the King of Pentacles. And I keep getting pulled to this King of Pentacles figure. I don't know if this is the person who's crossed over, because they do look at you like the Queen of Pentacles. I know they look at you like somebody they have that deep connection with. The King of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. The Five of Wands does represent conflict. I know you're conflicted right now. This is not necessarily outside conflict. I know you have this court thing going on, but I feel like this conflict is on the inside. That's the way that this card strikes me, is that this has to do with everything that you're struggling with on the inside right now, with the grief, with the stresses that you're going through. And I feel like you're getting run down. Feel like you're getting very run down. And that's why I get pulled back to look at me talks. So that's Spirit saying they need to look after themselves. Tell them to look after themselves. For them to have this Seven of Pentacles, this abundant harvest in the future, happiness and all this, they need to look after themselves. They need to be healthy. They need to be eating properly, getting sleep. Because I don't think you are. I think you got so much going on that it gets really overwhelming at times, and your health falls by the wayside. And I keep feeling this pull to tell you that, to look after yourself. Look after yourself. Queen of Cups. That Eight of Cups. It is a bright new journey forward. You know what? There's a duality to that message, though. That is not just you. That is Spirit being on the other side. That is them being able to release whatever burdens they had in the past life. Because I could feel that deep peace and calm, right? In that Winter's Dream card, that sort of that gestationary period card where they're getting used to being on the other side. They are finding peace and calm. The Seven of Cups. Again, I get pulled back to the World card. Like, it is what you make it. Like, you have choices too. But I feel like the Eight of Cups can be yours. But for that to be your card, that bright new journey forward with optimism, with happiness, with looking forward to what the future holds, it has to be a choice. That's where I get pulled back to the Seven of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is speaking to your emotional side and being able to process your emotions. Being able to open up your intuition to this person on the other side who's trying to speak to you. And not being afraid to be happy again. You don't have to be... It's like... You don't have to be miserable to prove how much you love them. You don't have to grieve forever to show how loyal you are to this person. This person does not want to see you unhappy for the rest of your living life. That would make them very sad on the other side. They want you to be happy. They want you to be prosperous. They want you to move on and have an abundant future. The Nine of Pentacles is what they want for you. That's the energy that they want. And you have this Page of Pentacles right next to the Ace of Wands, a new life. You have a new life coming forward. You have this new life that will come forward who you're going to have to look at and you're going to have to care for. So you need to care for yourself so that you can care for others too. That is what the Four of Swords speaks of. It speaks of health. It speaks of taking time to recuperate. Sometimes it's healing emotionally. Other times it's physically. I think it's all here. I think it's everything. I think it's the emotional side from the grief and the stress of what's going on in this court shit. But I also feel like it's speaking to you need to look after your physical health too, because you're going to have somebody depending on you. Whether this is like I said, whether it's a pregnancy that perhaps you don't know about yet, or you just found out about or you're going through, or if it's a brand new baby. Because it's young. It's a very, very young energy here. The Death card. The Death card speaks of transition, closing the door on one chapter, beginning a new one. It doesn't usually represent death or somebody who's crossed over. I am getting a bit of a warning in this card though, and I hate to even say it, but I have to say it because Spirit is asking me to. This is about the health of the child. This is about if you don't look after yourself, it has consequences to others. And this is part of why they're so concerned about you looking after your physical health too, getting enough sleep, making sure that you're eating healthy, because it affects somebody else. It can very gravely affect somebody else's health as well. The Ace of Cups. Again, new cycles. I keep feeling like pregnancy. It's very important to look after yourself during that time. If that's what's going on for you, it's extremely important. And like I said, Spirit is trying to reach out to you. You're just going through so much right now that it is so hard to be open in your dreams, to be able to receive the messages they're trying to bring forward. If you can start looking after yourself, eating healthy, trying to process your grief, and getting enough sleep, all of these things, because all bits and pieces of us are connected, our mind, our heart, our soul, all those bits of health. And if one is off, it throws the whole freaking works off. If you can start to find balance within that, you will be able to properly receive these messages in your dreams. And I feel like this person will continually come to you during your life to speak to you, to give you comfort, to give you guidance, to try and help show you the way and give you encouragement, to celebrate with you when you have these victories and these milestones, and to comfort you when you go through the rough shit too, because that's what they're trying to do right now as well. It's just there's so much going on and you're not looking after yourself, so it's hard to be able to receive these things. You need to look after yourself. I just keep like, they're nagging at me. My grandma used to always nag at us, eat. You gotta, that was her thing. She'd make everybody food. This person is doing the nagging too. They want you to look after yourself and be healthy because you have another life who depends on you being healthy. You can't keep them healthy if you don't keep yourself healthy. And that's where Spirit is at. And I think if you're able to start moving in that direction, I keep feeling like you're going to receive a dream right away as well, with this person just reiterating this message to you that this tarot read was for you and this was them stepping forward. I don't know if they're going to show you tarot cards in a dream, or it's going to be about the baby, or it's just going to be able to be a little bit more clear, if you start to heed the message. But it's very, very important here. And they keep like telling me. So now I'm turning into a neg as well. I apologize for that. But it is the message that's coming through in the cards. And it's for you. And it's from somebody who, even though they've crossed over to the other side of the veil, they still absolutely love and care for you. Alrighty, guys. Take care.